Hello and welcome. Welcome to learning session number 5 of chapter number 6 of algebra, which is statistics. So far, what all have we seen? We have seen how do you find central tendencies. Which three central tendencies did we study about? We studied about mean, which gives you the average value of the data, median, which gives you the central number of the data once you arrange it in ascending or descending order, and mode, which gives you the number which is repeating again and again in your data. And we have seen how to find mean, median, and mode when the data is given in a frequency table. Okay, so this we are already done with. Now we are going to move on to pictorial representation of data. So let's see this one word at a time. So what does pictorial mean? Pictorial means through picture, okay, or through a photo. So pictorial means picture or photo. What does the representation mean? Representation means to show, to present, dikhana. Okay, what are we trying to show? We are trying to show data. Okay, so um, say for example, I had to share some data with you. The data is what is the weightage of each and every chapter in algebra in your board exam. If I want to tell you this data, if I want to share this data with you, one way to show that data would be through a table, right? In this table, what I'll do, this is real data. Okay, all this is accurate. This is not an example. So all these numbers are correct. So what I will do is I will put chapter name in one column, and I'll put how many marks, what is the weightage marks wise of that particular chapter in the board exam. Okay, so this is one way I can show all the data. But a better way or an easy way to show this data would be through a diagram. So if you see, it is very easy to understand this particular diagram, right? Because यहाँ पे photo है, color है, and it is in a picture form. So you can easily see that there are marks on the y-axis, and on the x-axis you have different chapters of algebra. And you don't even have to think anything. Just by looking at this picture, you can tell, okay, the first chapter, second chapter, and the last chapter, which is linear equations, quadratic equations, and statistics, are the most important chapters in this particular सब्जेक्ट, क्योंकि उसमें से 12 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं बोर्ड एग्जाम में, whereas the other three are not that important क्योंकि उसमें से 8 मार्क के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. So it's very easy. It's very easy. You don't have to think anything. As soon as you look at the picture, you understand what the data is trying to tell you. Another way could be through a pie diagram. Okay, so here also you can see that these three pieces of the pie diagram are bigger than the other three pieces of the pie diagram, which means these three pieces, अभी ये pieces कौन से कैसे पता चलेगा? कलर से. Okay, so green color is statistics, dark brown is linear equations, orange is quadratic equations. All the information is given here. So you can just by looking at it, you can see that these three chapters are more than 50% of algebra. So if you do these three chapters very well, 50% ज्यादा से ज्यादा marks आ जाने चाहिए board exam में. Okay, so whenever you represent data through pictures, it becomes very easy to understand the data. Okay, another another representation of data through pictures that you all have seen in the last 2-3 months is this particular graph. Okay, so in blue you have number of new coronavirus cases in India, and in the black line you all can see a black line over here, right? So the black line is the number of deaths every day in India due to coronavirus. Okay, so what you can see in the blue graph is around April there were hardly any cases. Okay, so April में ज़्यादा cases नहीं थे. जून में धीरे धीरे cases increase होने लगे, May and June में. Then in July the number of cases started increasing very rapidly. See, बहुत fast increase हो रहा है. And similarly, July से लेके August, August से लेके September, the rise is very sharp. Now at the end of September, you can see the cases are slowly coming down. The new cases which are happening in India are slowly coming down. But the problem is the black line. See, black line, it's not going down yet. Even today, almost 1,000 people are dying because of coronavirus every day. If you go out of your house, you will see कि सब लोग मजे में हैं. People are going and meeting their friends. People are playing cricket. People are eating pani puri, etc., etc. They are acting as if the coronavirus has been cured. It no longer exists. But here, through the graph, you all can see that even today 1,000 people are dying every day because of coronavirus. So it's very important that we take care and take precautions that we don't get coronavirus, and we don't let our family members or people who we live with don't get the virus because of us. Okay, Also, one more thing I wanted to clarify was this black spike. यहाँ पे इतने ज्यादा डेथ्स क्यों हुए उस एक दिन पे? द रीजन इज उस एक दिन पे उतने डेथ्स नहीं हुए थे. इस दिन पे द रूल फॉर काउंटिंग द नंबर ऑफ कोरोना वायरस डेथ्स चेंज्ड. सो इसके पहले जितने भी केसेस काउंट नहीं किए थे वो एक दिन में काउंट कर लिए. दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज अ ह्यूज स्पाइक. एक दिन पे इतने लोग नहीं मरे थे. ओके, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू clarify that. And this data I have pulled from the World Health Organization's website. Okay. So again, if I instead of giving you this graph, अगर मैंने तुम लोग को रोज का नंबर बताया होता, okay, today 10,000 people got the virus, okay, tomorrow 10,152 people got the virus, okay, day after tomorrow 13,152 people got the virus, you won't understand anything, you won't be able to make sense. Increase हो रहा है, decrease हो रहा है, कितना fast increase हो रहा है, कितना slow increase हो रहा है, you won't be able to make sense. But because I've put a graph here on our screen, it becomes very easy to analyze. Whatever the data is trying to tell you, you see it very easily, right? Another example in our everyday life where we see pictorial representation of data is in IPL, right? IPL में there are so many data which related to the IPL. For example, कौन से स्टेडियम में कितने मैचेस हो रहे हैं, कौन सी टीम कौन से स्टेडियम में ज्यादा मैचेस जीतता है, कौन सा टीम ज्यादा टॉस जीतता है, which player is taking the most number of wickets, which player is taking the most number of runs, which player is gets the most number of boundaries, so on and so forth. There's so much data, and if they start telling you the data during the commentary in a table form, you won't be able to understand anything, right? But instead of table, they give you graphs, right? So one example of such a data would be the number of teams that so number of tosses that each and every team has won yet. Okay, so if you see circle का जो size है, it shows the number. Okay, so अगर बड़ा circle है यानी ज्यादा टॉसेस जीते हैं, अगर छोटा सर्कल यानी कम टॉसेस जीते हैं. सो इफ यू सी Mumbai has won the most number of tosses, 90 tosses. Then there's Kolkata, Delhi, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Punjab, Chennai. So all these teams have won many tosses, whereas the teams which haven't won many tosses, Hyderabad, Gujarat Lions, Kochi Tuskers, Kerala, these teams don't play these days, but they were part of the IPL at some point of time, right? So they have won less number of tosses. So again, there's a better way to represent data, right? अगर तुमको सिर्फ numbers दे दिए तो इतना easily हमें समझ में नहीं आएगा कि कौन से टीम को ज्यादा मिल रहा है, कौन से टीम को कम मिल रहा है टॉस विन्स. But in this, just looking at it once, you get so much information. Last example, again from IPL, is who has hit the most number of fours and sixes in Chennai Super Kings team. Okay, I don't know whom you all are supporting. You all are either supporting Chennai Super Kings because of Dhoni, or you all are supporting Mumbai Indians because you live in Mumbai, I'm guessing, or you live in Maharashtra because there's Maharashtra board syllabus. I support Mumbai Indians. So if you are supporting Chennai Super Kings, we cannot be friends. Just wanted to clarify that. So back to the data now. So if you see, बस देख के पता चल रहा है कि सबसे ज्यादा बाउंड्रीज किसने मारे, सुरेश रायना ने. He has hit the most number of boundaries. The next person is obviously MS Dhoni because he is the captain and he's so famous because he hits many boundaries. One important thing to note here is Bravo. See, compare Bravo and Jadeja. Bravo has hit less number of boundaries than Jadeja. Everyone thinks Bravo is a great player, right? Some people might say, no, Bravo does bowling very well. That's why he's more valuable. But so does Jadeja. Jadeja also bowls very well, right? And he has more boundaries. So it becomes easy to compare data also. So Bravo and Ravindra Jadeja, who is a better player, it becomes very easy to analyze data through pictures. If I give you numbers, it becomes a little more difficult. You'll have to find the numbers first. So these were the examples of pictorial representation, यानी picture form में data को दिखाना in our everyday life. Okay, so this table is given in your textbook. So data presentation के there are three major types. Okay, first is tabulation. Tabulation मतलब table बनाना. Okay, next pictorial representation or pictorial presentation. Pictorial मतलब picture के through. And last is graphical method. ग्राफ से रिप्रेजेंट करना डेटा को. ओके, सो टैबुलेशन में देयर आर टू टाइप्स, ग्रुप्ड एंड अनग्रुप्ड. मैंने उल्टा इंडिकेट किया, ग्रुप्ड एंड अनग्रुप्ड. ओके, सो ग्रुप्ड यानी क्या, व्हेनेवर यू हैव क्लासेस, ओके, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, so you are grouping data together, right? So that is grouped table or grouped tabulation of data. And ungrouped any 1 2 3 4 so on so forth. Okay. Next, pictorial representation, picture के form में. So one we have seen bar diagram, right? And bar diagram we have seen so many types in our previous classes as well. Simple bar diagram, joint bar diagram, divided bar diagram, percentage bar diagram. I remember we had done in 9th standard, right? So all these bar diagrams you have already seen in the in your previous grades. Then this pie diagram. I showed you an example of pie diagram, right? मैंने तुम लोग को starting में एक circle बनाया था. It looks like a pie, right? Pie is a circular cake kind of thing. So it looks like a pie. That's why it is called a pie diagram. Okay. Then there is graphical method. Graphical method में you have three things: histogram, line graph. What is line graph? If you will remember, IPL या फिर कोई भी क्रिकेट वाले टूर्नामेंट में कितने ओवर्स में कितने रन थे वो ऐसे लाइन से बताते हैं कि फर्स्ट ओवर के बाद 6 रन थे, सेकंड ओवर के बाद 12 रन थे, थर्ड ओवर में एक विकेट गिर गया तो कोई रन नहीं बना, फिर बाद में वापस एक ओवर में 20 रन बन गए तो बहुत ऊपर चला जाएगा. सो लाइन के थ्रू बताते हैं कि कितने रन कितने ओवर में मिले थे. सो दैट्स एन एग्जांपल ऑफ line graph. Okay. Then there is histogram and frequency polygon. In this chapter we are going to look at histogram, frequency polygon and pie diagram. These three things we are going to look at in this particular chapter. Okay. So today we are going to see histogram. So what will be our objective for the day? Our objective will be students will be able to draw histogram. That is our learning objective for today. So this is what a histogram looks like. It looks very much like a bar diagram, but all the bars are stuck together. एक दूसरे से चिपके हुए. Why does that happen? Because generally in grouped frequency table, the classes are continuous, right? So whenever the classes are continuous, all the bars will be stuck to each other. Okay. So on the x-axis you will have classes, and on the y-axis you will have frequency. So this is how a histogram looks like, and we are going to learn to draw this histogram if you are given some data. So these are the steps to draw a histogram. Again, I just copy it for now in your notebooks, and I'm going to explain each and every step through an example. Okay, so just copy this for now in your notebooks. So now we are ready with all the things we need to know to solve practice at 6.4. Okay, so there are 4 sums. So what we're going to do is I'm going to solve the first sum completely for you all. The second sum we will solve together. I will give you all the steps. Then you all will do 2-3 steps at a time, and you all will check whether you all have done the steps correctly or not. And then the third and fourth sum you all will solve by yourself as practice. Okay. So when I'm doing the first sum, you have to pay complete attention to what I'm explaining. Okay, don't try to solve the sum or draw the histogram while I'm teaching you. For the first sum, pay complete attention to whatever I'm teaching. Then the second sum we will do together. Okay, so let us begin with our sum number 1. So what is the question saying? Draw a histogram for the following data. So here we have height of students in centimeters, and here we have number of students. So 4 students have their height between 135 and 140 centimeters. 12 students have height between 140 and 145 centimeters. 16 students have 145 to 150 centimeters of height, and 8 students have 150 to 155 centimeters of height. This is what the data is telling you. Now you have to draw a histogram for the following data. Okay. Step number 1. Make the classes continuous if they are not continuous. So this is how our classes look like. So here you have 140. Similarly, here also you have 140. Here you have 145. Here also you have 145, 150, 150. So you see there's no gap between the classes. So the classes are continuous already. So you have already taken care of step number 1. Step number 2, draw x-axis and y-axis and mark x, x dash, y, y dash. So let us draw x-axis and y-axis. So after you draw x-axis and y-axis, this is how it is going to look like. X-axis will be horizontal, y-axis will be vertical, and leave some space to the left and leave some space below the x-axis. Okay, you will have to write a few things here and here, right? So leave some space while you draw x-axis and y-axis. Okay, then mark x and x dash. So x and x dash will be for x-axis. यहाँ पे x और यहाँ पे x dash, and y dash for y-axis. So here you have y, and y dash will be here below. Okay, below your y-axis. So we are also done with step number it's step number 2, right? So x-axis, y-axis draw कर लिया. We have marked x, x dash, y dash, and okay, that's it. These 4 things we have marked. So we are done with step number 2. We are moving on to step number 3. This is the most important step of this particular sum. Okay, if you are doing the third step correctly, the remaining sum is very easy to solve. You'll get full marks definitely if you practice well. So pay attention to the third step very carefully. Show the classes on x-axis with proper scale and frequencies on the y-axis with proper scale. Okay, draw crink mark if necessary. How do you pronounce this? Crink, K-R-I-N-K, crink. Draw crink mark if necessary. Okay, so एक्स एक्सिस पे क्लासेस ड्रॉ करने हैं, क्लासेस ड्रॉ नहीं करना है, बस नंबर्स मार्क करने हैं, एंड वाई एक्सिस पे फ्रीक्वेंसीज के नंबर्स मार्क करने हैं विद प्रॉपर स्केल. So let us see what does that mean. Okay, so let us see x axis first. So x axis में you have numbers from 135 to 155. So let me take 135 here. Okay, मैं बस चेक कर रहा हूँ, मार्क नहीं कर रहा हूँ. So यहाँ पे 135 ले लिया. So 135, 140, 145, 150, 155. तो यहाँ पे इतना छोटा ग्राफ बन जाएगा अगर मैं एक बॉक्स को मैंने अगर 5 सेंटीमीटर लिया तो, राइट. बट मुझे थोड़ा बड़ा ग्राफ चाहिए ताकि पूरा का पूरा ग्राफ पेपर यूज हो जाए, राइट. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ टेकिंग वन बॉक्स एज 5 सेंटीमीटर आई विल टेक टू बॉक्सेस एज 5 सेंटीमीटर. ओके, सो हाउ विल आई गेट माय नंबर्स हियर? यहाँ पे 135, फिर दो बॉक्सेस छोड़ के 140, leave two boxes 145, leave two boxes 150, leave two boxes 155. Okay, so it's up to you कि तुम लोग को कितने बॉक्सेस छोड़ने हैं. बट एक बार तुम लोगों ने डिसाइड कर लिया दैट 5 सेंटीमीटर इज इक्वल टू 2 बॉक्सेस, देन यू कैन नॉट चेंज इट. वो सबके लिए सेम ही होना चाहिए, बट यू आर फ्री टू डिसाइड. ओके, नेक्स्ट frequency is going from 4 to the biggest number is 60. So एक बॉक्स को एक ले लेते हैं. So your let me take this point as 1. Okay, so if this is 1, the next box will be 2, the next box will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. सो 15 हो गया, अभी तक 16 नहीं पहुंचे और पेपर खत्म हो गया, ग्राफ पेपर खत्म, ग्राफ पेपर के बाहर जाएगा वो आंसर. So you cannot take one box equal to one student. So what you'll have to do, you will take one box equal to two students. Okay, so this first point will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, so on and so forth. So यहाँ पे जो प्रॉपर बॉक्स प्रॉपर स्केल लिखा है, यू नो कि एक्स एक्सिस पे क्लासेस लेने हैं और वाई एक्सिस पे फ्रीक्वेंसी लेना है, दैट एवरीवन नोस. बट प्रॉपर स्केल का मतलब क्या कि the graph should not be too small and it should not be too big. Okay, give me a minute. So your graph should not be too small or too big. Okay, बहुत छोटा होगा तो it won't look good, and अगर बहुत बड़ा भी होगा तो तुम्हारे ग्राफ पेपर के बाहर चला जाएगा तुम लोग का हिस्टोग्राम. So both of them are not desirable. Okay, and the remaining point was draw a crink if necessary. So see here, your first point is 135, right? Next 140, 145. तो अगर तुम लोग ने दो बॉक्सेस को 5 लिया तो, एंड इफ दिस इज 0, देन 0 के बाद कौन सा नंबर आना चाहिए? 5. 5 के बाद 10, 10 के बाद 15, 15 के बाद 20, सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. इतने सारे नंबर्स के बाद 135 आएगा, फिर 140 आएगा. सो बीच के नंबर्स कहाँ पे गायब हो गए? सो वी डोंट वांट टू ड्रॉ दैट, राइट. अगर हम लोग ने बीच के नंबर्स ड्रॉ किया तो बहुत ही बड़ा ग्राफ हो जाएगा, राइट, एंड वी वोंट हैव सो मच स्पेस इन आवर ग्राफ पेपर. सो we will say we'll put this mark over here. Okay, this is crink mark. So once you put crink mark यानी 135 के पहले कोई डेटा पॉइंट नहीं है, that is the information the crink mark is conveying. So अगर ये 0 से डायरेक्टली कोई बड़े नंबर पे जंप मार रहा है, you will draw a crink mark over here. Okay, so I think now we are also done with step number 3. Okay, now step number 4. This was the most important step. Okay, step number 3. Now the remaining sum is very easy. Taking class as the base, draw triangles with height proportional to the frequency. Okay, so basically अभी बस frequency के लिए boxes बनाने. So first class is 135 to 140, उसके लिए frequency है 4. So 135 to 140 के लिए तुम 4 तक एक box बनाओगे. So this is how it will look like. Next 140 to 145 के लिए 12 तक box. तो 140 to 145 यहाँ पे 12 नंबर तक बॉक्स बनाना है, तो यहाँ तक बॉक्स बनाओगे. तो दिस इज हाउ इट विल लुक लाइक. नेक्स्ट 145 to 150 will be 16. So 145 to 150, 16 तक बॉक्स बनेगा. So this is how it will look like. And last is 8. So 8 यहाँ पे आ रहा है. So यहाँ पे एक बॉक्स बन जाएगा. So you have made your histogram now. Next, write the quantities being shown on x-axis and y-axis. Okay. सो अभी x एक्सिस पे यहाँ पे क्या दिखा रहा है, x एक्सिस पे यू हैव height of students in centimeter, right? So right here height of students in centimeter. What are you showing on y axis? Y axis me you are showing number of students. So right here number of students. Okay, so we are done with fifth point or fifth step. Now the last step is write the scale on top right corner of the graph paper. Okay, so these last two steps are the most important, writing the scale over here and writing what is x axis and what is y axis. इसके लिए अलग से marks allot किए होते हैं in every question. So if you don't write scale and what is the quantity on y axis and what is the quantity on x axis, you're going to lose marks, and these are very easy marks, right? कुछ दिमाग नहीं लगाना है, कोई कैलकुलेशन नहीं करना है, कोई फॉर्मूला याद नहीं करना है. All you have to do is write क्वेश्चन में से जो क्लास है वो यहाँ पे x axis में लिख दो, जो फ्रीक्वेंसी वाला टेबल है वो y एक्सिस पे लिख दो. सो दीज आर वेरी इजी मार्क्स. सो ऑलवेज गेट दीज. ऐसे क्वेश्चन में हमेशा फुल मार्क्स आना ही चाहिए तुम लोग को. ओके, सो हाउ विल यू राइट स्केल ओवर हियर? स्केल विल बी ऑन एक्स एक्सिस. सी यहाँ पे 2 सेंटीमीटर्स क्या है on x axis. 2 centimeters is our, for us it is 5 centimeter, right? 135 to 140, that is our first class. तो 5 सेंटीमीटर जो है हमारे क्लास में, that we are showing through two boxes. Two boxes हमारे लिए यानी 2 centimeters, right? So on scale you will write 2 centimeter is equal to 5 centimeter height. You can see here 135 to 140 यानी 5 centimeter का height हो गया, but दो boxes यानी 2 centimeter. On y axis 1 centimeter is equal to 2 students, right? So I've written on y axis 1 centimeter is equal to 2 students. क्या पे? क्योंकि y axis पे एक box 2 student के equal है. Okay, so that's it. Now we are done with the question. Okay, we have solved this question completely. Just make sure you're copying or rather drawing this histogram now, and then we'll move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is question number 2. So the question says the table below shows the yield of jawar per acre. Okay, yield मतलब क्या? आउटपुट. कितना क्रॉप्स ग्रो हुआ है. ओके, कितने क्रॉप्स ग्रो हुए, दैट इज योर यील्ड. कितना आउटपुट हुआ है. कौन सा क्रॉप ग्रो कर रहा है? जवार क्रॉप ग्रो कर रहा है. पर एकड़, एकड़ इज द यूनिट ऑफ एरिया. ओके, show the data by histogram. So here you have yield per acre in quintal. Quintal yani it's a measurement of weight. Okay, so 100 kilograms is 1 quintal. So 30 farmers have grown between 2 to 3 quintal of jawar. 50 farmers have grown between 4 to 5 quintal of jawar. 55 farmers have grown between 6 to 7 quintals of jawar, so on and so forth. This is what the data is telling you. Okay, so your first step is to make the classes continuous if they are not continuous. So how are the classes looking like? I have drawn a table over here. यहाँ पे 3 है, यहाँ पे 4 है, सो कंटिन्यूस नहीं है. यहाँ पे 5, यहाँ पे 6 नॉट कंटिन्यूस. यहाँ पे 7, यहाँ पे 8 नॉट कंटिन्यूस. सो दीज क्लासेस आर नॉट कंटिन्यूस. सो यू विल हैव टू मेक देम कंटिन्यूस फर्स्ट. व्हाई? अगर तुम लोग की क्लासेस कंटिन्यूस नहीं होंगे तो तुम्हारे बार्स जो है हिस्टोग्राम के, वो they won't be stuck to each other. एक दूसरे को चिपके हुए नहीं होंगे. And unless and until they are sticking to each other, they are not, it cannot be called histogram. And you have been asked to draw the histogram for this data. You first make the classes continuous. Now you all already know how to make classes continuous, right? Now try to make the classes continuous by yourself. Okay, I'll wait for 5 seconds for you to pause the video and make these classes continuous. And once you're done making the classes continuous, play the video again and cross check your answers. Okay, I'll wait for 5 seconds. Okay, I hope you paused the video and have made the classes continuous. Okay, so now let us cross check. क्लास को कंटिन्यूस करने का फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या है? टेक द अपर क्लास लिमिट ऑफ एनी क्लास एंड द लोअर क्लास लिमिट ऑफ द नेक्स्ट क्लास. सो अगर अपर क्लास लिमिट मैंने 3 ले लिया तो उसका नेक्स्ट क्लास क्या है? ये नीचे वाला, उसका लोअर क्लास लिमिट 4 है. उन दोनों का डिफरेंस निकालना. सो 4 minus 3 is 1. नाउ डिवाइड दैट डिफरेंस बाय 2. सो 1 divided by 2 0.5 हो गया. लास्ट स्टेप, subtract 0.5 from all the numbers on the left hand side and add 0.5 to all the numbers on the right hand side. That is your last step, right? So 2 minus 0.5 क्या होगा? 1.5. 3 plus 0.5 3.5. Similarly 4 minus 0.5 will be 3.5. 5 plus 0.5 will be 5.5. लेफ्ट वाले सारे नंबर्स में 0.5 सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है, राइट साइड के सारे नंबर्स में 0.5 ऐड करना है. ओके, सो नाउ यू हैव classes. Now you have made the classes continuous. Now the next two steps are, the next step is to make the x-axis and y-axis and mark x dash x, y dash y. Okay, and उसका next step क्या है? To make markings on x-axis and y-axis with proper scale. बराबर scale से x-axis और y-axis पे marking करनी. Okay, so try to do these two steps by yourself first. Then again, for doing those two steps, pause the video here, do those two steps, and after doing those two steps, again play the video. Then we will cross check. Okay, I'll wait for you to do these next two steps by yourself. I'll wait for 5 seconds for you to do that by pausing the video. Okay. Okay, I hope you had paused the video and you have drawn the x-axis, y-axis, marked x, x dash, y dash, and you have marked the class on. अभी क्लास कौन सा मार्क करोगे तुम? ये वाला क्लास मार्क करोगे या ये वाला क्लास मार्क करोगे? Obviously, you will take continuous class into consideration. That is the reason why we found continuous class, right? तुम लोग अगर continuous class find out करके फिर बाद में ये class use करोगे तो continuous class क्यों find out किया? So I hope you all have marked the continuous class on x-axis and marked frequency on y-axis. Okay, so this is how it should look like. Now there is no correct answer. यहाँ पे मैंने दो boxes को 0.5 लिया. तुम लोग तीन boxes को भी 0.5 ले सकते हो. तुम लोग एक box को भी 0.5 ले सकते हो. The only guideline is ग्राफ तुम लोग का बहुत छोटा नहीं होना चाहिए या फिर ग्राफ तुम लोग का बहुत बड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि ग्राफ पेपर के बाहर जा रहा है. ओके, इट शुड यूज द ग्राफ पेपर वेल. जितना ज्यादा अच्छे से नीट तुम लोग का डायग्राम होगा, जितना परफेक्ट साइज होगा, उतने अच्छे मार्क्स मिलेंगे. ओके, एंड ऑन द वाई एक्सिस आई हैव टेकन 1 सेंटीमीटर इज इक्वल टू 10 फार्मर्स. ओके, अगर तुम लोग ने 1 सेंटीमीटर इज इक्वल टू 5 फार्मर्स ले लिए तो आई थिंक इट विल गो आउट ऑफ द ग्राफ पेपर. बट अगेन इट ऐसा नहीं है कि जो जैसे मैंने किया है वही करेक्ट है. ओके, देयर आर डिफरेंट वेज टू डू इट, बट मेक श्योर कि गैप हमेशा सेम होना चाहिए. यहाँ पे भी 10 फार्मर्स एक बॉक्स, 10 फार्मर्स एक बॉक्स, 10 फार्मर्स एक बॉक्स, तो सब जगह पे एक बॉक्स यानी 10 फार्मर्स. सिमिलरली यहाँ पे दो बॉक्स यानी 0.5 क्विंटल, राइट? No, it's not 0.5. I've taken two boxes as 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. So 2 quintals. I've taken two boxes as 2 quintals. Okay. So अगर मैंने यहाँ पे दो boxes यानी 2 quintals लिया तो यहाँ पे भी दो boxes यानी 2 quintals, यहाँ पे भी दो boxes is equal to 2 quintals. सेम होना चाहिए हर जगह पे. फिर बाद में कैसे भी चलेगा, तुम लोग 3 boxes 2 क्विंटल ले लो या एक बॉक्स 2 क्विंटल ले लो, कुछ भी चलेगा. ओके, एंड आई हैव ड्रॉन द क्रिंक मार्क बिकॉज ये जीरो से स्टार्ट नहीं हो रहा. ओके, so I have done with the first step, made the class continuous. Second step, draw x and y axis. Third step, I have marked class, continuous class, and frequency on x and y axis. Now the next step is to make the boxes, right? So making the boxes very easy. You'll have to just see the frequency and make the boxes for that particular class in the graph paper. Okay, so again I'll wait for 5 seconds for you to do this, and once you are done with that, again play the video and cross check your answers. Okay, okay, I hope you pause the video and I've drawn the histogram now. So फर्स्ट क्लास के लिए 30 है, राइट? सो फर्स्ट क्लास के लिए 30 यानी दो बॉक्सेस के लिए यहाँ पे 30 तक हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट इज 50, सो दो बॉक्सेस के लिए 50. नेक्स्ट इज 55, 50 और 60 के बीच में. 40 के लिए यहाँ पे आ जाएगा 40, and last is 20. 20 will come here. So this is how the histogram will look like. Still two steps are remaining. Okay, first step is write the quantity on x-axis and y-axis. So again do this by yourself. Write what quantity will come on x-axis and what quantity will come on y-axis. I'll wait for 5 seconds for you to pause the video and do that, and then we'll cross check. Okay, okay, I hope you have written these two quantities. Now let us cross check. x-axis पे क्या है? x-axis में continuous class है, right? Continuous class में क्या लिखा था? Yield per acre in quintal. So you will write yield per acre in quintal. y-axis पे frequency था, but frequency में क्या दिया था question में? Number of farmers. So on y-axis you will write number of farmers. Okay, so now we are done with the second last step also, which is I think step number 5. We have written what is the quantity on x-axis, we have written what is the quantity on y-axis. The last step is remaining to write the scale. Now writing the scale needs practice. Okay, तुम पहली बार में generally correct नहीं लिख पाते students. So again try to write scale by yourself, and if it is incorrect you can cross check after I share what the scale will look like for this question. Okay, I'll wait for 5 seconds for you to write the scale. Okay, I hope you paused the video and have written the scale now. So the scale will be on x-axis 2 centimeters is 2 quintal, right? यहाँ पे 5.5 minus 3.5 क्या है 2. Similarly 7.5 minus 5.5 2. 9.5 minus 7.5 2. तो सारे डिफरेंसेस 2 आ रहे और वो डिफरेंसेस के लिए हम लोग ने दो बॉक्सेस लिए. सो 2 सेंटीमीटर दो बॉक्सेस यानी 2 सेंटीमीटर इज इक्वल टू 2 क्विंटल. एंड वाई एक्सिस में 10 10 नहीं सॉरी 1 बॉक्स इज इक्वल टू 10 farmers. Okay, so 1 centimeter is equal to 10 farmers. That's how you will write the scale for this particular question. Okay, I hope you have understood both the questions now and you are feeling a little more confident. If you have made mistakes and then you have cross-checked and corrected your mistakes, now you know where you have made mistakes. Okay, and if you have solved everything correctly in the first attempt, then you must be feeling a little more confident. Ki, Acha, I can solve this question by myself now. So we are done with the first two questions. Now third and fourth question you all will try as practice questions. Okay, try to solve third and fourth question by yourself. Okay, so that's it for this learning session. Just check whether you have achieved today's learning objective. Can you draw a histogram by yourself? You have to check for that. Okay. I hope you have understood whatever we have discussed. I hope now you see wherever in your surroundings you see data, you should be able to check. अच्छा ये कौन से फॉर्म में दिया डेटा, बस नंबर फॉर्म में दिया या उसको एक पिक्चर के फॉर्म में बताया, एंड व्हाई इज इट मेकिंग मोर सेंस इफ यू सी इट इन पिक्चर फॉर्म. ओके, just try to pay a little more attention in your surroundings where else have you seen pictorial representation of data. Okay, that's it for this learning session. I hope you enjoyed and I hope we see each other in the next one. Till then, bye and peace.